Tristan once said to me, can all housing be like this? And I was like, no, not all housing is like this, only rentals are like this.
It is morning. I have no pants on. I am making bread, yogurt, and simple syrup at the same time.
Not every fight against a hostile rental market takes place in a courtroom. It can take place in a kitchen, reverse engineering staples you've been priced out of at the grocery store. From bread to medicine to cleaning supplies. Half-dressed, but fully determined. While Tristan juggles homemade alternatives, Lou is outnumbered in a different battle. Wasps have joined the list of unwanted tenants.
I hesitate to call any animal evil demons from hell. Wasps are like if the smell of batteries lived. Wasps are like gifted kids that grew up and got radicalized. If a punch had 6 legs. Unfortunately, what I want is mass wasp murder. I've seen more wasps in this country than people so far. They fly right at me. I walk outside, there's no wasps. You give it 5 seconds, I've got a horde of like 15 wasps. I feel like a celebrity. There are so many outside right now. I'm scared to go out onto my own porch. I attempted to make a wasp trap. I bought one from Dollarama. You fill it with sugar, water, whatever. It's gonna catch wasps. Let's check it out. Alright, it's day 2. Oh, it's hot. It's prime wasp day. It's not looking very waspy. We have 1 wasp. We have a few midges. We have no wasps in the Dollarama one. I think that there's too much Dawn dish soap, so I'm actually gonna make another one with less soap. I think that's my problem. Let's try it.
The house keeps finding new ways to remind them of who's in charge, and it isn't them. But not every subletter is hostile.
Little snoot under there. I believe I do. I see a little sniffy snoot.
I'd love to have one of those aesthetic mouse setups, but
Yep.
they love the sponge.
They love garbage.
They love garbage. They love garbage. Who am I to deny them what they love? Oh, now you have to pay the tax.
Oh,
You have to pay the tax. I'm gonna pick you up.
Their pet mice, Nimble and Popcorn, may not pay rent, but they do pay taxes.
The power in this room is terrible. So these 2 work, and every other one in the room has 2 others. Only one works. They keep you on your toes. It's so painful. Like, the cut corners in every part of this house, in every part of every rental. Tristan once said to me, can all housing be like this? And I was like, no, not all housing is like this, only rentals are like this. The houses that the owners are living in, I 100% don't think that they would stand for this. Their kid would say, the outlets are broken in every room. I can't do my schoolwork or whatever, and we get fixed. But when you're a renter, you just have to fandangle everything and it breaks all your stuff, and it's... Oh, I'm sick of it, lads. I'm sick of it.
we are going to briefly go into the basement just to take photos for documentation. Here we go. You might be hearing a god-awful noise. That's an industrial air scrubber that we have to use for our basement every day. There it is. Jesus. Oh, that's it. That's all I can say. Hi everybody, this is Editing Tristan from 2 weeks later. Wanting to thank everybody who's donating to the GoFundMe profusely. Because of you guys, I was able to go to the doctor and get treatment for my ailments, which are suspiciously bandana exposure shaped. after one certain dumb twink decided to go into a certain hazardous closet. You know how they say your skin looks like what happened to you 2 weeks previously? Well, this is a message to my future self now. Don't go into that closet, you. Thank you, everyone.
This is the downstairs office. It was going to be the special effects makeup room and where we stored our costumes and stuff. I mean, it obviously is that, but we can't be here for long periods of time, so now it's more like a museum. This is where I once streamed, live streamed. This is the untouched film stuff. That's the bathroom where we have to do our laundry. Ta-da! Yeah.
It's not just the housework, or the wasps. It's the daily burden of keeping a house together that they'll never own when it's making them sicker by the day. Every malfunction tells the same story. Temporary, failing, beyond a tenant's power to fix. So the fight moves to paper. Forms, complaints, endless screens.
Yeah, they rejected that human rights complaint immediately.
The human rights complaint is officially submitted.
I submitted it in the late afternoon yesterday, and by the time I woke up this morning, it was rejected, which means there's no way they could have read everything that I sent them. So that's frustrating. And there's no real appeals process or anything, so I'm just gonna have to apply again and see if I can clarify enough for them.
Their application, submitted 9 weeks previously, remains accepted, but pending, without a hearing date. Meanwhile, the landlord's hearing for rent reclamation and eviction would have already happened if it hadn't been rescheduled around his vacation. Now it takes place in just 2 weeks' time. And Tristan and Lou must find the exact correct method to submit their accessibility requests, or they won't be able to represent themselves. What is that method? The tribunal itself doesn't seem to know.
I got an email from the TAL. As soon as I saw it, I started getting stomach cramps. That is a level of control over my faculties that I could only dream of. Okay, so we're gonna read it together. And now, a word from our sponsors.
How to get really good at drawing. Step 1. Find a subject that consumes you. Body, mind, soul, everything that you are goes into this subject. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't think about anything but this subject. If it's a fandom, it's a fandom. If it's your OCs, it's your OCs. If it is some obscure, strange thing, then let it eat you up from the inside out until you're a rotten husk of who you used to be. Let it burn you clean. The next step is just to pick your medium. I like pencils. Good luck!
And now we return to the last threshold. Okay, so we're gonna read it together. If you wish your case to be treated confidentially, which I clearly do and have already requested many times, because it is not safe for my address and everything to be in like a searchable public record like that, it is your responsibility to make a request to that effect, which I have. Rest assured that your case is being processed and will be scheduled for a hearing as soon as possible. Okay, well, can they stop scheduling the landlord's eviction hearings then that are any person may use French or English, but if the judge only speaks French, then I won't be able to participate. That's the whole point of the right to language access. It is your responsibility to make the necessary arrangement to use an interpreter. The tribunal does not provide such a service. What do we do? 50 pages of faxes, 100 pages of evidence, many follow-ups, all with all of these requests front and center. I made several requests. Yes, it's your responsibility to make a request. Yes! This is maddeningly unhelpful. They've done nothing. How are people supposed to do this? I feel like a pumpkin getting the guts scraped out after so much paperwork. That's a very big burden to people who are usually in bad situations. A moldy house, an abusive landlord, probably a lot of other things happening to them because they can't use their home properly or they can't afford things. Already a huge administrative burden, but when you go through all of it and are just not helped anyway for no reason, 5 to 8 hours that I spent preparing just for this one complaint, that was a waste. That day was wasted, and I'm gonna have to do it again and again. That's why I get stomach cramps when I see emails from these people in my inbox. I'm gonna paint something. I'm gonna do something fun. Oh my God.
I purchased a wasp trap and then I made my own, and we're gonna see which one is better. Because I can't be living with these fiery, angry haters. One of them's gotta go, and I paid and sacrificed way too much for this Canadian visa for it to be me. So, 3, me versus the wasps. They control the air, but I control the juice. Bam! Oh my god, I'm just killing moths. These wasps are smart. Oh no. Did I murder every other species of bug? Yeah. Am I now an enemy to all moths? Yes. Did I catch 2 wasps? Yes, I did. I'm gonna look at some alternatives. Look, I also did speak to another Canadian and asked about how to murder wasps, and her reply was, you don't, they murder you, so. I don't know what the dudes and otherwise are doing on Reddit to get wasps, but apparently I'm not a wasp killer. I am killing a lot of moths and one praying mantis, which was very beautiful, and I felt bad about it. Like, this praying mantis is now in the bottom of the pool of death, looking like one of those bodies out of Lord of the Rings in the swamp, like, you know the one. I think I'm gonna try again, but for now I think the wasps have won.
The wasps may have won this round, but there are still victories to be had.
That is good yogurt.
We moved to this house to have a filming room and an office space for Az, which was in the basement, and then upstairs I had an office space and a filming space, like a creative space. But then because our landlord has left the mold situation really bad, I moved Az up into the space that was my filming room, which had a lot of my stuff in it, so that he could have somewhere private to work, because he couldn't just work in like the living room all the time. So I just have a lot of stuff crammed into a very, very tight space. You know, makes the room, when I come in here, I don't feel so overwhelmed. It doesn't work great, but it does work.
Fresh baked bread rolls. Fresh baked. Tristan, you're. Give me a tongue twister. Okay. Fresh baked bread rolls and a usable work desk. Not much to a landlord, and only a crumb of what would be possible under a roof of their own, but when you have to steal every moment of creation you can, it makes all the difference.
My parents were like flipping houses before it was a trendy thing. It was like the thing, you buy a house at a low price, you do it up, you do renovations on it, you fix it up, and then you like sell it in better condition than you found it, and you sort of trade your way up with houses like that. So it's kind of in my blood. I've grown up around it. We would love to move, get our feet under us, maybe buy a property and do it up.
Against collapse, the only defense is creation. After years of late-night property searches, Tristan decides to remodel one, even if it's only on paper for now.
As a kid, I used to throw little events and spend them hidden under a blanket, creating effects by plugging in and unplugging Christmas lights on cue. I learned early on that you never run out of that magic if you can build it yourself.
Drawings of a future home, transformed using skills they already have today. The Living Storybook Inn has become more than an idea. It's a plan that others can see and hopefully visualize themselves in.
My friends in high school used to say that I threw parties like Gatsby, as in The Great Gatsby, not because they were bougie, but because I'd obsess over making basically theatrical productions with food, with help from my mom and my friends and the dollar store. And then I would just sit in the background or operate the effects at the actual party. I just loved running them. I met Lou through Sunderland, the video role-playing tag I created on TikTok. He understood that assignment so damn well that I actually reached out to him and we started talking. This art form has brought me, literally, the best things in my life. Storytelling like this, where a world has some sort of physicality that you can walk into and explore, should not be limited to theme parks. It should be accessible. It should foster communities. That's what Lou and I are happiest doing. Creating spaces through stories where other people feel that kind of wonder and connection and possibility.
Just wanted to say thank you for everybody who donated to the GoFundMe and who supports us on Patreon and stuff, because look we got some groceries. Look at this bag the guy chose. This is very heavy. Why is it so cute? But thank you very much. It's good to be able to eat. It's been dire. So thank you. So if we had the same chances as some luckier folks that are our age in this rental market, this would already be done. But as immigrants, we can't do anything that requires credit history. Landlords illegally demand 6 to 12 months rent up front. Being trans, being told that we're going to be granted healthcare when we come to a country and then not being granted it for 2 years while navigating medicine shortages, having to do roundabouts of calls and stuff just to get medications that non-trans folk wouldn't have to worry about. It's horrendous. It is horrendous. We're too vulnerable in a rental market like this. We just need somewhere to settle down so that we can get to work, because that's what we want to do. We want to work. But you can't work if you don't have somewhere safe to live, to shelter. Even if we had the money, as immigrants we aren't able to buy residential properties in Canada, but we can buy commercial properties, including inns. And the thing about inns is that it answers a lot of our difficult questions. It gives us housing stability, it gives us an immigration path, and it also gives us a place to work. And not just in Canada, like even if we had to leave, this is our most viable immigration path anywhere. We are resilient, determined, and frankly nuts. So we will get it done. It's just a matter of where or when. We have until April to submit an application in Canada or move somewhere else. Again.
Anything?
It's a wasp, but it's all black. Its whole body is black.
What does that mean?
Except for here, it has venom in Spider-Man. White here. It looks like venom.
No, what is that creature?
It's bigger than the other one.
No.
It's bigger.
Did we get the queen?
Two fronts on the same war. Lou does battle with invaders. Tristan draws up the treaties. Different tasks, different solutions, but the same truth. The landlord, with total control over their housing, is letting it fall apart around them.
I'm so happy to be participating in this economy.
The governing bodies in place to protect them only seem to stall, defer, and delay any solution. They can only hope to move forward by building something together.
I know in my guts that sharing knowledge with others and creating a community spot where we can do art lessons and we can share skills and we can provide shelter and we can play and spread some joy and get people used to the idea of not only trans joy but just just of incorporating play and communication with people they don't know into their lives and not being frightened of others in a safe space could do wonders for not just me and Az, but for a lot of people who feel very disconnected and who are really lacking that joy. I don't want to put it behind a huge paywall. I want to offer it to people as a lifestyle, a shift of thinking where we incorporate play and whimsy and creation into our everyday lives. You don't have to be a master of it, you just have to enjoy it. We will get it done, and we've received so much support already that it's been truly moving and a little scary and a bit inspiring, and it puts the winds back in your sails a little bit. So thank you to everybody who has responded to our GoFundMe and supported us and left us comments and wished us well, and who believes in us.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
very sweet. You have a cat named Lisa. My favorite soup.
I'm sorry. Following me for 12 years? I just heard. Man, you know a lot about me. Everything. You want to come to Thanksgiving or something?
Thank
Please
you,
tell me.
Edie. Very kind.
The basement photos have finally been added to their case file. They have bread rolls for the week, and electrics are patched, mostly. But in this house, the next collapse is never far behind. On your birthday, you might expect well wishes from family and friends, but Tristan's birthday brought a different kind of surprise.
I've got an oven threatening to explode. Please, please. Oh no.
If you want to be part of the story, join Tristan and Lou on their journey to building a Storybook Inn as they escape to the last threshold.
This program was made possible by generous contributions to your local capitalism escape plan from patrons like you.